Thank you for the $2, Proper. I appreciate your $2, good sir. Maximov impression. Looks like it's rising main events from here on out. Looks like it's LFA prelims from here on out. Thank you for the $5, fellow traveler. Who do you think Paddy's next opponent will be? Will the UFC keep feeding him cans, or do they throw him to the wolves against a ranked opponent? I reckon they'll eventually throw him to the wolves, but they'll give him old veteran names that are still a marketable fight. So I honestly think they're going to give him Tony Ferguson next. And I think Tony Ferguson would be like, yeah, sure, and be all up for that matchup. Because first of all, it's a winnable matchup for Tony Ferguson. And any other unranked guy on the rise at lightweight is not a good matchup for him. Like Garamka to Teledzi or something, or Terrence McKinney. You know what I mean? So I think he'll jump at the opportunity and they'll take advantage of Ferguson's willingness and do him versus Tony Ferguson. In the UK, May, June, wherever they're going to do it. They're going to maybe start doing 2 UK events a year because we got so many fighters in the UFC. Thank you for the $2, Jurius. I appreciate you. Thank you for the $2 Australian, Chris Jones. Do you think Colby would 50-45 Leon? Yeah. I do. Thank you for the $2 Australian. No, not 50-45. There'd be a moment around that Edwards would win, but I think Colby would probably beat him. I don't know. Maybe. Tough match. I don't know, though. I could see Leon finishing him with a body kick. So I don't know. I'd have to think. Thank you for the $5 Australian, Chris Jones. Colby versus Dustin in a 3-rounder. Who wins? Colby. Ragdolls him. Ragdolls him, man. Thank you for the $2. $5. I appreciate you. Colby ragdolls Poirier. There'll be a threat of a guillotine at one moment. Colby will escape it, and then Poirier will just start to lose hope on the ground. So I think in a 3-rounder, Colby beats him. In a 5-rounder, I actually think Colby could get a finish. Huh? Thank you for the $2, Tyler Thompson. 3 UFC fighters you'd want in a bar fight, not all heavyweights. No heavyweights. 3 UFC fighters I'd want in a bar fight. Yuri Prohaska. I mean, they're just all going to be light heavyweights now. You know what I mean? So, Yuri Prohaska. Not Glover. I wouldn't want Glover. I'd worry he might get chinned. So we'll go Yuri Prohaska, Jan Blachowicz, and Jamal Hill. Just a bunch of people that can throw hands. You know what I mean? I don't want Glover shooting a takedown on someone and getting the back of his head kicked in. You know what I mean? Oh, yeah, Alex Pereira, sorry. I'll take Pereira over Jamal Hill. Thank you for the membership, Only Stunting. I appreciate your membership, good sir. Thank you. Percentage of Kamaru Usman getting his belt back against Leon Edwards, unbiased opinion, and percentage of Colby Covington beating Khamzat. I think Usman's got a 45% chance of beating Edwards in the trilogy. He will lose, in my opinion. Thank you for the $5, good sir. And percentage of Colby Covington beating Khamzat, 25% chance. I think Khamzat wins that pretty comfortably. Early as well in the first round. Thank you for the $5. And also, think about it like this. That isn't a main event of a pay-per-view. And they're going to want to make pay-per-view dollars off of that level of fight. So it's not going to be a 5-rounder. So that benefits Chimaev as well. Like, Chimaev Covington probably won't be a 5-rounder. It'll probably be on a massive card as like the feature fight with 2 title fights above it. Thank you for the $5 Canadian, Sandman 2112. Why does the UFC hype terrible and boring women's matchups, but ignore the flyweight division, even though most fights are bangers? It's just kind of sexist. It is, actually. You are right, dude. You are right. They do ignore the flyweight division, because I was looking at something the other day, and I was thinking to myself, this just don't make no fucking sense. Where is it? Is it the Teixeira Hill card? No. There's a card coming up soon where there's like a really good flyweight fight and it's on the prelims. I think it's Manel Cap Alex Perez, and I think it's on like the prelims of a fight night or some shit like that, which is absolutely retarded. But yeah, it's just spasticated. I don't know why they put them so low down the card. Pretty annoying. But they'll give us a bullshit women's main event. Thank you for the $5, dude. I agree. Do you think Curtis Blaydes would have KO'd Aspinall? Tony was being kind of reckless. Tom was being kind of reckless. Yeah, he was rushing in, but I think he kind of wanted to sort of like put Blaydes on the back foot early on so he could see when he was going to shoot the takedown. I don't think he wanted to risk Blaydes shooting when Aspinall's worried about the hands of Blaydes. So one, he knew he was injured and he was trying to like get it over with as soon as he could. But two, he was trying to back up Blaydes and shit like that, so he could see the takedown coming. But yeah, he almost got clipped a couple of times, but he almost caught Blaydes a couple of times as well. So yeah, it was pretty close. Who is the current best combat athlete ever? I don't know, dude. I don't know. I'm not sure. You have to argue Alex Pereira, I think. You kind of have to argue Alex Pereira. Middleweight champion. You know what I mean? You do the middleweight champion, and then you do you're arguably one of the top dogs in what's it called? Glory as well. So you kind of have to argue Pereira. Deji is in the mix though. Yeah, Deji is definitely in the mix. Actually, I forgot all about Deji. I forgot about Deji Olatunji. So my bad. Of all time, got to be GSP still. No, combat athlete. So specifically, you're like across all combat sports. Someone who's reached the pinnacle in both of them. You've got to say it's Alex Pereira. Best combat sports athlete. You got to make a part of it, achieving the pinnacle in two of them. You know what I mean? Cejudo's also in the mix, though. Cejudo's definitely in the mix as well. Why are you putting Bilal's name out there? Cejudo is definitely in the mix, yeah. Cejudo's in the mix. But Cejudo winning a gold medal is like Pereira winning a belt in Glory. But Pereira didn't just win a belt. He was on top for a while, and he did 2 weight classes. The first ever guy in Glory history to take 2 divisions and become champion in 2 divisions. It's not DJ. We're talking about people who have done it in multiple combat sports. It's not DJ. Like, Pereira was like top of the pound for pound list when he was in Glory. One of the GOATs. It's not just winning 1 medal in Olympics. Thank you for the $5, Sammy Silver. I appreciate your $5, good sir. Thank you. Can't be the best combat sports athlete of all time if you can't stuff an Adesanya takedown. Cejudo clears. Thank you for the $5. I appreciate your $5, Sammy Silver. If you can't stuff an Adesanya takedown, Cejudo clears. Okay, Cejudo's in the mix. Will there be another jiu-jitsu ace as champ in the UFC apart from Sterling? Sterling's not really who's other than Sandhagen. Who does Sterling really submit? He just sort of sits on the back like a bitch and can't really get subs. So Sterling's just a little fucking fluke of a bitch, and no matter what, his legacy is constantly tarnished by the way that he fluked his entire career. So, fuck him. Let's relate it to Oliveira instead. I don't know. Jiu-jitsu's tough to do because they're naturally kind of pussies as well. We've been over this as well with jiu-jitsu. Jiu-jitsu, you're not a warrior. You're not a fighter. You're a pussy by nature. So, yeah, it's tough. Thank you for the $2, Cheddarhead. I appreciate your $2, good sir. Thank you for the $2, Patrick. I appreciate you. Do you think a UFC fighter will ever die fighting? No, I don't think so. But listen, some of these stoppages, I don't know, dude. There's going to be someone who dies eventually, I reckon. Not from the actual fight itself, but someone will die to like Diego Sanchez will have like a brain hemorrhage like in 5 years or something like that. You know what I mean? Max Holloway. Yeah, but it won't be in the ring. It will be like in a hospital way after the fight if it happens, I reckon. Hopefully not a main character, yeah. It will be on Herb Dean's watch. Okay. True. Herb Dean was like, that's Herb Dean. He's always wanted to catch a body. You know what I mean? He's been waiting. He'll laugh as it happens, you know. Herb Dean's been waiting to get a body on his resume. You know what I mean? That's the one thing he's missing. Thank you for the $5 Australian. Taigaru, I appreciate your $5 Australian, good sir. Thank you very much indeed, you Aussie bastard. Thank you for the $2, Jake Harmon. I appreciate your $2, good sir. Someone will die from weight cutting complications. True, that could happen. Like if some kind of natural bodily shutdown happens while they're at the brink of weight cut, then they could die. Like aneurysms happen, brain aneurysms happen. So if someone has a brain aneurysm while they're in the depleted stage of a weight cut, they can die. It already happened, yeah. Thank you for the $2 Australian, Alejandro Ruda. Where would Usman be without the cheating and faking? Nothing. No, nowhere. He would have lost to Maia. Maia had one hook in on his back with so much time left. He would have lost to Damian Maia, I reckon. The Maia fight weren't far removed from the Jose Caceres fight. And if Caceres can get the back and choke you out, Maia's finding the neck. That's all I'm saying. I'm not exaggerating that either. Whole career's a fluke. Thank you for the $20. Droid C. I appreciate your $20, Sean O'Malley. The battle droid looks exactly like him. Could you justify making headbutts or small joint manipulation legal? What would be the ramifications? Any other crazy rule changes that you would find interesting? Small joint manipulation would just ruin the sport. No one would be able to submit anyone if you were able to do that, really. So I don't think you should be able to do joint manipulations like that. That's bullshit, dude. It would negate grappling completely. Like people just would give up grip if they're getting their finger pulled back in situations like that. So I think knees to a grounded opponent should be legal. Landwehr Brito. I'm going to go Brito, I think, but it's very, very close. Yeah, I'd go knees to a grounded opponent should be legal. Soccer kicks, I don't know. I don't know about soccer kicks. But at the same time, if you're on the floor while your opponent is standing, get the fuck up. Am I wrong? Soccer kicks should be legal, I guess. Head stomps, no. Or maybe they shouldn't be legal as a follow-up to a knockdown. That's what we'll say. You can't use soccer kicks as a follow-up to a knockdown, in my opinion. Or you can only use one on a grounded opponent. Something like that. You know what I mean? But they should be a move that is allowed. For sure. Head stomps, no. Because the problem with that is you got to think about the worst case scenario they can be used. Thank you for the $20, by the way, Droid Sir. The problem with that is, like, if someone gets rocked, you know, when they land follow-up shots, they'd literally be getting off follow-up stomps on, like, an unconscious opponent, just stomping their face on the ground, which is just worrying, you know? Thank you very much for the $2, Kingsy191. Impression of a Holloway versus Stipe CTE off. Impression of a Holloway versus Stipe CTE off. Well, you can understand Holloway. You know what I mean? You merely adopted the CTE. I was molded by it. I am the CTE, baby. I am the CTE. Thank you for the $2. I appreciate your $2, good sir. Thank you. Dana Wide. Dana Wide. Paddy getting pegged by Molly impression. Wasn't even close, lad. Tell me it wasn't even close. Well, it wasn't even close, lad. You dominated him. Yeah. Tell me the judge's decision was correct. I don't know. You're just getting off on it. Thank you for the $5, Sammy Silver. Average wrestler destroys average kickboxer or boxer. Bad take wrestling is combat. It's not a combat sport. It doesn't matter if they would beat an average this or an average that. They don't throw punches. Fuck off. You know what this is? The defenders in the chat right now, they're people that did wrestling that want to act like they did combat sports. That's what it is. That's exactly what it is. People in the chat that are like, yes, it is. They've been saying their whole life that they did a combat sport. Yeah, I'm involved in combat sports. Yeah, I did wrestling. Yeah. It's not the same. Thank you for the free Australian dollars. I appreciate you. Xavier Cochlem-Rene. Aspinall making Cejudo for Geodude at daycare. Mistaking Cejudo for Geodude. You know what? I've actually come to pick you up and use my Pokeball to take you home. Oh, wait, you're Cejudo. My bad. Come on, jump in Pokeball. Thank you for the $2. Shot by Inspector. Raul Rosas Jr. impression. I wanted to say thanks to Dana White because now my mom can buy a camper van to take me to the UFC PI. Sorry. Thank you for the $5, Eli St. John. I appreciate you. It's too late on the west coast of the USA to even finish watching your stream, lol. Good night, Guru. Oh, shit. Yeah, I should probably start a members stream. Anyway, Toodle Pip. See you later. Thank you for tuning in. Members, go to the community tab. Non-members, get fucked. Thank you for the membership, everyone. Thank you for the $2 CR. Members, go to the community tab. Non-members, I'll see you hopefully at an earlier time tomorrow. Goodbye. See you later. Thank you all. Yes.